1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. $3,000. That's how much money some experts say you need in your emergency fund. Others say that's not enough. They say you need at least $5,000. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And others say you should shoot for 3 to 6 months worth of expenses. And what is this all for? It's to cover yourself for unforeseen emergencies like car repairs, unexpected medical bills, or even losing your job. But how much is enough? There's no right answer, and that's kind of why it's a dumb idea. I don't have an emergency fund, I just have savings and investments. An emergency fund conceptually is just a minimum level of savings. You should absolutely be growing your net worth, and that involves saving money. But you're not in the clear just because you've got $5,000 in the bank. That's not security. You should be working just as hard on your income and savings. If you've only got 3 months worth of expenses in the bank, you're not in control of your financial future. A couple $1,000s should never be your goal. That's not financial independence. You shouldn't focus on having just enough money to be able to weather a single emergency. That's not a good long-term plan. But there's a more immediate problem with emergency funds. Most of the people who are told they need one have one of these, or one of these, and they owe money. Let's flip this around and say I have $5,000 in credit card debt, but I decide to get my financials in order. I start saving and putting money into an emergency fund because I've been told that's what I'm supposed to do. Meanwhile, I'm paying the minimums on my 20% APR credit cards. 3 years later, just as I managed to save $5,000, I have a medical emergency. The bills end up costing, oddly, $5,000. Good thing for my emergency fund, right? Well, no, it was actually a terrible idea. If I just paid off the credit card, I could just put the medical bills on the card. I'd have saved 3 years of high-interest credit card debt. Keeping the full balance would have cost me about $3,000 extra. Now, is it good to have enough money for an emergency? Absolutely. But if you've got high-interest debt, don't put a dollar anywhere until you've got it paid off. Then work on saving money, but not just enough for one emergency. Life is an emergency. It's unpredictable. You don't know if you'll need $5,000 or $100,000. So instead of working to set aside a small amount, devote your time to figuring out how you can change your life so that $5,000 isn't such a big deal. I recently had an emergency that cost $50,000. Now, if I'd set aside $5,000 and went back to living paycheck to paycheck, I would have been wiped out. The real problem with emergency funds is that if you're thinking a few grand in the bank is going to give you security, you really need to look at the bigger picture and start reevaluating the way you look at money. The best emergency plan is financial independence, and you're not going to get there by trying to save a few extra bucks a month. It requires a change in how you think about finances. For most people, saving an extra $5,000 per year is downright impossible. But turn that around. Making an extra $5,000 per year is actually achievable. If you spend as much time thinking about how to make more money as you do trying to budget, save, and find ways to cut out a few more dollars, you have the potential to be way better off. It's like dieting. You can exercise all you want, but if you don't change what you're putting into your body, you're going to have a very hard time losing weight. With money, the easiest way to save money isn't finding ways to cut a dollar here or there. It's figuring out how to bring more in to begin with. Now, I've got a lot more free videos here that will tell you just how to do that. So hit the subscribe button and check them all out. And as always, if you've got questions about money, post them in the comments below.